Pretty.
As I was saying, Anika, as a player, if you have done such thing, and then you should have passed another player, and then it didn't. Go and explain to them. You understand? Go quickly tell them, hey, Joe, unlucky. I was trying to get a hat trick. No hard feelings. You understand? And then you leave. That's it. Not just to look away. That. It says something about the manner how you're professional. You understand? Go there and talk with the player, and then that's it. Because the same player is the one who has to assist you for that hat trick. You understand? So that's how I feel.
Are we saying he's not under pressure? Price of the money he's getting, aka owner of the club,
is not under pressure.
All right, Zanga.
It's not.
Anything on this one?
I think. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're a bit far.
I think, like players like Mbappe and Kane are players who play for themselves, not for the club. It's those people who think, you know how Lukaku was with Chelsea. He knew, he thought, I don't know if I said he knew, if I can say he knew Oranje. He thought he was the big dog at Chelsea, and now, well, that's what's happening in their heads. Bona, it's not about my club must get Champions League or whatever. It's for Bona, it's about my golden boot, my name out there, So selfish moves from them every time. It's not just this game, it's every time. That's what I'm getting.
Jabs? Oh, but I spoke to Jabs about this one. Let us jump into Ajax versus Rangers. Jabs, why are Ajax so angry? What's going on?
Yo, I actually watched that match, and Ajax was very aggressive on their attacking, and the opposition didn't stand a chance at all. It didn't give them space to breathe. Goal after goal, it boosted them even more, and the other team lost more and more morale. So they were actually bullying them. They were bullying them. They were bullying them.
PK, me and you said PSV are gonna win the Eredivisie this season. Can we change our mind?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a tough one. I mean, this Ajax side continues to amaze us. They lose key players, quality players. Now they even lost their coach, but still, they march on. So it's quite interesting what they have in their locker.
And they lost Masakent.
And they lost Masakent, but but they're still. I mean, 4 goals. 4 goals. You understand? And
against Masakent is Anthony from United, the guy who scored the first goal against Arsenal. And Rangers are they the ones who lifted the Europa? Am I mistaken now? No, it was not them. They got to the final, not Leipzig. My bad.
They went to the final. They took out Dortmund actually on the way. So not a very bad side.
So these guys lost players. They lost. Talk to me. Help me understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the way the club is run that when certain players move, they can just replace those players with the same kind of players. The technical directors have the same kind of vision that would allow them to get a coach with the same kind of philosophy that the players can adapt easily to. I think it can only be that because I don't understand. They've played 5 games in the Eredivisie, and they've won all them. They're on top. 16 goals scored, more goals than any other team. Okay, PSV scored more goals.
Okay.
But 3 goals conceded. So PSV we are still in the running. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
The league is gonna be interesting.
All right, Pretty. Let us talk about Barcelona playing at home at the Spotify Camp Nou, as if we're gonna get used to that. They win 5-1 against Victoria Pleasant. I don't want to talk about the result. I don't want to talk about how good, who was what. How good is this depth of this team, man?
For me, Anika, I will always say, you understand, if Barca finds the right subs and the right starting lineup, Barca have the squad. They can play 3 tournaments at the same time, at the same day, with 3 different teams. For me, that's how good the squad is. You understand? But will the players step up for such things? For me, I feel like you said that you don't want to talk about the results, but I want to go there. You understand? For
Okay.
me, it's I told Jabulo, I was with Jabs that day. I told Jabs, I was like, dog, if I was Barca and if I was Xavi, I was gonna tell the players that, guys, you know what, score as much goals as possible, even if it's 20. Wait, cause that's a group of death. I feel like goal difference is gonna be the thing which is gonna separate the teams in this group. Actually, you understand? Bayern is coming. Inter may pull something out of the ahead. Anything can happen, but at that team we have to score as much as possible.
So, Japs, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game, and I'm like, hey, Xavi needs to rest players for this weekend. So I start counting the lineup that can play this weekend, and it's another 11. Do you talk to me? How good is this depth?
It's really good. It's really good. They for a glimpse of a second, they looked like they were at their peak. They're at their peak. They didn't waste any of their chances. They made sure that they put the balls in, take as many as they could. That was the Barca we all knew. We know. No, not the one we saw previously.
All right, Zanga. Napoli beat Liverpool 4-1. I saw the third goal. The guy who scored, he didn't understand what was happening. He was like, what the fuck? What's going on? What's going on here? Which result is more shocking? The Liverpool one or the Chelsea one? I'm just pointing this question to you only.
Okay, I think the Liverpool one is more shocking because it's Liverpool.
But it's Chelsea.
top dog corner. There's hold on with Chelsea. I also am disappointed in them because we have these new players who were good where they were before, and now they come to Chelsea and it's womp womp womp. Like, why? You know. So Liverpool, they're good. Those guys, they have. It's the A team. It's the A team squad that was playing, but you'd swear it was Chelsea. You know. I can't, but I was so shocked and happy at the same time. Happy because they are losing, but I was shocked when how is this happening? How like, and it's let's not say they miss money. It's because no, they are just not good at all. If I'm about Katele, they left everything in God's hands. They're just tired. It's not about missing money. They were just not committed.
So
they didn't attack like the Liverpool that we know.
So should Klopp get sacked also?
I don't know why he's still there after so many times. But
yeah, Jabs.
I don't think he should get sacked. He's
So
too. He has
come back.
such a great bond with him. It's such a great bond with them. Actually,
And
he's been through a lot with them.
sorry, Njabulo, to disturb you. Ne? I
Okay.
have I just have a question, guys. Do you remember? Who the coach where Arsenal? I don't know how to say his name right.
Arteta.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Arteta.
Do you remember when Arsenal was down there, losing
Yeah.
and losing and losing, and he's still alive? Usase khona Arsenal, but with Chelsea, one wrong move out.
Hey,
Because
hey.
And then let's go back to
Let me take
the
this
guy
one.
where let's go back to the guy before we
Let me
take
take
it.
this one.
Let's go back to the guy where Man United
Let-
Ole
Oi,
after so many
don't do
warnings
this,
Okay.
Ole.
and man, I understand. And I understand
Bless
why he was sacked. I understand why he was sacked because he was given like ample of opportunities to prove himself and but Thomas didn't get that chance. Yeah, I wonder how unfair it is.
All right.
So
You know what?
make me understand why those two, why Arteta is still here, why is he still alive
So you're asking about
at
Arteta
Arsenal?
and Klopp. Arteta and Klopp.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Anita.
The
But don't
Arteta
forget
one.
Njabulo. Njabulo was still talking. I cut
Oh,
him.
Japs. Yeah, you can before
No,
I
no,
answer.
no. You
Zach.
continue. I will speak also. You
All
can
right.
answer.
So with the Arteta one, Arteta got hired, and then COVID came. So that's why.
COVID thing, they're not good.
Yeah.
Blame it on the Rona.
You're saying something?
I'm asking, how does COVID affect your tactics as a coach?
Because you don't meet your players as much as you have to until the season starts again. That affected him. I was actually been watching a video where one of the guys from Arsenal, I forgot who, explained why he actually kept his job. They was like, hey man, this guy, COVID. Also the philosophy. One thing we shouldn't forget, there are cultures in different teams. For example, Arsenal, we know if a coach is playing good football, doesn't matter if they lose, but as long as they're playing good football, that guy will stay. The culture at United was ruined. It was terrible. And that's why Ole stayed for a while, I have to say. He didn't do bad in another season. He came second, but it was terrible. I'm not sure if it has changed because, Ten Hag is doing well now. But if this guy at Chelsea has to keep the culture that goes with Abramovich, Tuchel should have left maybe even last weekend. He should have left last weekend to say, no, man, something's wrong, sharp. We'll see you again. If you take the likes of Madrid, you can win the Champions League and they're like, sharp in that day. We're okay with you. Barca, if you're not playing the philosophy, they'll let go of you. Well, with the current board. But yeah, that's why those guys still have their job. But anyways, let us continue before we waste time. All right, BK. Should Trent still start?
Jesus, but who replaces him? This is the Liverpool side. I'm saying who replaces him? If Trent doesn't start,
Gomez. Also Gomez.
Okay.
No, Gomez had a terrible game. I'm sorry, but 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. He had a terrible game.
Yes, as a
alongside
centre
Van
back.
Dijk. As a centre back.
We're Trent now.
Sharp. So Trent for me should be benched a bit. I mean, we're talking about the third goal now.
Yeah.
I literally watched the highlights and saw him walking. The player passes him. Trent doesn't track back. He literally walks back to his own goal, and the opposition team score. And I'm like, what is going on with this defense? Gomez is all over. Trent is just by the way. And this Liverpool side are facing Ajax next week, and I'm worried that if they lose again, are they coming to Europa? I don't want them. I don't want them there. But I really am worried. Milner should not have started. Poor game. He had a poor game.
Yeah.
We often say they miss Mane, but the players that are currently there, the defense, there's something wrong there, man. They I don't know. I don't know this Liverpool team. But to answer your question, Trent shouldn't start.
Pretty, do you think Klopp
Yes.
has the guts to bench Trent?
For
Should
me,
he bench Trent?
he should bench him because he feels like I'm the player. They need me. You understand? He feels the way like he's too comfortable. Whenever a player gets to that point whereby I start each and every match day, I feel too comfortable. There is no need. There is no need for me to check the lineup. I know that I'm there.
I
Even
come back
if I
from
have a goal,
injury, I'm playing again.
yes, I'm playing. He should do what he did to Gomez. You understand? If you're injured, dog, that's it. Whenever you come back, your place there is someone else. Those young boys, I feel like they can play that role of a right back. You
About
understand?
Tsimikas.
Yes, they can play that role and they can do better because they want to prove themselves. And I feel like if he continues in that mentality, he has competition on the right back, Anika, because James is doing very well.
Who?
Trent won't play the World Cup. James,
Milner.
no, James. Reese. Sorry, Reese. Sorry, Reese.
That's very
Sorry,
much.
Reese. Reese.
Yeah.
And there is on the right
Liverpool's
back.
tight.
There is Reese. There is who's that boy from Newcastle? The right back, Trippier, something like that.
Trippier.
Trippier.
Is
Oh,
you
Trippier.
understand? So imagine those two people are performing very well back to back, weekend and week in, week out. So if you are Alexander Arnold, you're saying that dog man, I don't wanna play the World Cup. So he has to step up, or else he won't be in the squad of England.
So we're saying Trent feels like Maguire right now.
He is Maguire right now. He's the weakling of the team. Seriously, everyone, if you could check teams whenever they're playing against Liverpool, they're aiming for his
Yeah.
side. Everyone is going for his side.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying go for Trent.
Yeah.
They know whenever you go for Trent, you are pulling away Van Dijk to cover him.
Yeah.
And then you just
Yeah.
pass the ball away from Van Dijk. There is an open space in the middle. It's a goal.
All right. Japs, what's happening to Van Dijk?
Van Dijk, I don't know what happened to him actually, especially in this match against Napoli. He didn't actually perform well.
He's been watching Harry Maguire too much.
Way too much. He didn't perform well. He actually caused 2 penalties. Did he cause 2? I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caused
It
2
was
penalties so early in the game.
It's not the
Which-
first time this season.
It's not the first time even. So I don't know what's going on with their defense actually. Something
Zanga?
is missing there.
Yeah. Zanga, what's happening to Van Dijk?
Jesus.
I think something is happening in the squad, but no one knows. They know, and they're not telling anyone, and it's weighing on them. The players, like, they're not happy about something, and because it's not just one person, it's all of them. And the coach is just we're here to nomdladla, you know, like Van Dijk. I don't want to say he's bored or he's tired, because he still has the hunger, you know. But I don't know what's pulling him back, man. It's not, it's some mentality. Something is happening, guys, in that changing room that we don't know about, because he still has the energy. He still wants this thing. I don't know
Well,
what to say. But did you
Iki,
see? I just
Mhm.
want to um with when he was before the other team got a penalty, when he stepped on that guy's shoe.
yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see the hunger in his face? I saw, I like, before that scenario happened, I was
Hey,
asking myself the same question that you asked me.
hey,
Yeah,
pretty
Sorry.
sharp.
I was asking myself the same question that you're asking me. But I could tell when these people are still hungry for it. They're still hungry for it. They still want this thing. Ikhona lento esingayaziyo that they only know, but no one knows, that they discuss alone when they get to the changing room. But it's a mentality thing. They're not tired. They're definitely not tired. They're definitely not missing money. There's something else that we don't know of,
Okay.
because the spirit is still there.
Well, BK did say Mane left a hyena buried at Anfield. So, so maybe, hey, Mane put something in there. All right, then now let's talk about Atletico de Madrid hosting Porto at the Wanda Metropolitano. They win 2-1. Man, I watched the highlights, and the 3 goals were scored in like 9 to 12 minutes. Are we seeing a fighting spirit here, BK? What's happening?
No, it is a fighting spirit. It was a good game. Two very tough teams to play against. Yeah. I think it meant a lot to Simeone as well, because he did celebrate with his players when they scored the second goal, when Griezmann scored the second goal, because it was a tough game, and if you don't win your first game, then suddenly you're on the back foot. But these two teams, I do believe they will go through in the group. It's just a matter of who bosses the game against each other. It's just a matter of who gains the advantage when they play against each other. But yeah, it was a good game. Had everything. I'm not sure if you saw Koke's goal,
Yeah,
which was offside. It was a beauty. It was a beauty of
It was, man. It was.
yeah. So mhm.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, no, but I was saying I was quite surprised to see Atletico that positive,
Yeah,
going, because you'd see Atletico going scoring 1 goal and then
and then
defending, and
staying there.
then
Yeah.
they'll be content with the 1-1, and so it was quite interesting. It was quite interesting to see this different side to Atletico, the fighting spirit.
All right, Vicky, let us stay. You spoke about Griezmann. He's got the winning goal. Let us stay on that topic. We haven't discussed it in the channel. So the situation is Griezmann signed for Barca, went back on loan, a 2-year loan to Atletico. So the deal was, if Griezmann plays 50% of Atletico's games in that 2-year loan, they have to sign him for 40 million. He's a sub player now. He's a super sub. Because Atletico feel like, hey, man, we don't have that money. They try to negotiate with Barca. Barca like, hey, man, you saw, we just signed all these players. We broke ourselves. How sad is the situation, man? For a player like Griezmann, we know he's not that bad. We actually know that he's a great player. How do you feel about this situation?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one considering how good a player he is. I mean, he's a World Cup winner. In case people forgot, he's been to, I think, 2 Champions League finals. He's a good player, but as we often like to debate, you and I, and you always say, or we always say, he's a Diego Simeone player. It didn't work out for him at Barca. We understand why. It doesn't work out for everyone at Barca. It didn't work out for Aubameyang. It's not working out for Memphis, I feel. So Barca is just one of those teams that you need to be a certain type of player, to fit into their system. And if you don't, then you just move on. Just move on.
Pretty, how awkward is it if he doesn't play those 50 games? Does he make it for the World Cup squad? Does he start? And how awkward is it if he doesn't make those 50 games and he goes back to Barca?
Like Atletico are trying to do the calculations on how to play him less minutes so
Like
that they
Maguire.
shouldn't pay Barca. Yeah, they shouldn't pay Barca. So you like Maguire, ne? So what you call? For me, I feel like, and whenever he comes in as a super sub, he does deliver. Like he has that hunger. You
Yeah.
see, they have to feel my presence. I'm here. You understand? But guys, for me, I'll talk to my coach first and talk to the board of Atletico. Let's reach an agreement with Barca. You bought me with lots of money. You sold me, oh sorry, you sold me with lots of money. You have the money. You understand? Why can't you just give them the 40 million? Understand? For me to stay. Or else release me. Let me go back to Barca. If you don't want to pay, let me go back to Barca. I will bother Barca. You understand? I'll be
Yeah, yeah.
Barca's problem. I'll be Barca's problem. So I would rather talk with the management of the team. Surely they can work something out. Because for me, he's more a star than Joe Felix in Atletico.
All right. Let us talk about last thing about Champions League. Then we jump into the Barclays Premier League. I don't know if any of you picked up how fast the offsides were being picked up by the linesmen in the Champions League this week. Because apparently they are using the semi-automated offside that will be used in the World Cup. If you picked it up, how do you feel? Because man, they were picking them for like a guy would be there and they'd be like, and you're like, how did you see that?
Who wants to take it?
Anyone?
PK?
No, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing because now sometimes it's offside and you let the ball roll, or you let the play continue, and then the player gets injured, and then we waste time. But if it's semi-automated and we are sure that it's offside, then I feel like it's a good thing to speed up the play and to avoid players getting injured in the run of play. Should there be an offside and the linesman didn't pick it up and players are continuing, so it's the first I'm hearing about it, but I really don't feel like it's a bad thing when you look at it that way.
Anyone else?
For me, I support BK actually. I feel like it's a good thing. It saves time, but then they're killing football for us.
How?
I mean, I'm not happy, guys. I'm not happy. I wanna, you see, giving a player hope that he scored. It's nice.
but listen, pretty. I understand.
Just like Arsenal. Just like
listen, I understand. Yeah, you see with the Arsenal one, it's painful because then VAR has to go back and have a look at it. Dude, I'm talking about like those guys offside. Like
that's what I'm saying, Anika.
But
are you sure?
What was painful was Richarlison on the weekend scoring a goal, taking off his shirt, only to find out that he was offside. That was
and that made him angry. Yeah. Yesterday he scored 2 goals. It made him angry. Now he scored 2 goals.
So it's good for football.
It's good for football. But it's not your system of semi-offside. It's not good for football. They should let the player play, and then after VAR, what more do they want?
No, but listen, Pretty. Immediately you get to that position, I've got the flag up, I put up offside. Instead of, like PK was saying, sometimes players get injured with this VAR system. Players get injured because, let's say the goalkeeper comes out, Mendy comes out,
then it's one
Mendy comes out, and Boyd steps on him, and now he has a heart attack.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So it does put out the offside immediately. it sends a signal to the assistant referee.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, I was asking G, what's happening? Why are the offsides being picked up so fast? And close one. I'm talking like close one. There was not even an offside where I was like,
Like the
like,
Atletico one.
Yeah,
hey,
I
Was very
I
close.
saw that one of what you call Liverpool and Napoli. I was surprised also. It was a close call, but it was
Fast.
called offside very
Hey,
quick by the
immediate.
assistant referee.
Japs, Zanga.
I didn't actually notice that. It's also the first time hearing of this, but then it's actually good, you know. So now we don't feel robbed sometimes because a lot of people have been robbed of offsides.
Yeah.
And
So
like, it's bad.
what it does is there's a sensor on the ball. I don't know how that works, but there's also heat vision cameras. And when I asked BK the question at first, I was like, what if before the game I get into ice there and
I surely they made something. They thought about it.
Yeah. But the ball, the sensor on the ball also helps.
But then my question is, it doesn't destroy the ball, like the nature of the ball.
No.
These people are.
No. I saw the inside. It's like strings inside. So that sensor.
Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a string.
not a ball. That's a drone. You are
It's
playing
a ball.
with drones.
Pretty, you used to play with plastic footballs on the street there. Why are you complaining?
I want a tube inside, a real tube without string. A black tube.
All right.